This is my list of the cringiest attempts to chime in on the Ukraine invasion. Here's a nice young lady who feels that the best she can do in helping out with Ukraine is to show off sick makeup looks. The creepiest part is here. I don't think it's the blood on the face. I don't think it's the fact that for a while I can look up her nose and see her brain. But I think the creepiest part of it is here at the very end. This is a bad actor move where you're like, yeah, I am crying. And then you look at the camera in a way that's like proud that you were able to act so well. Good God. Gotta love the Cringe-topia subreddit. There's a lot of ways to help out with the Ukraine crisis, and this is not one of them. This is a woman who is deciding to do her part with a tweet saying, as an effort to help people in Ukraine during the Ukraine invasion, I'll be having a sale on my OnlyFans at 50% off for everyone in Ukraine. Hashtag free Ukraine, hashtag praying for Ukraine. Apparently she ran out of characters. Also, it shouldn't be free Ukraine. It should be half off Ukraine. And half off, go for it. I'm fine with that. You do your part. I'm very sex positive. I'm just not quite positive that this is the best approach. Tulsi Gabbard decided she was going to chime in.
President Putin, you've made your point. Before it's too late, stop the attack now. I have both Ukrainian and Russian friends, and I know that they have Aloha. They have respect and love for each other like brothers and sisters. It's clear that the Russian people and the Ukrainian people both just want to live in peace. So I implore you, end this assault now before it gets to the point of no return and the suffering becomes unimaginable. There's
a lot that's just super tone deaf about this. First of all, this right here.
Putin, you've made your point.
You've made your point. I don't know anyone who, after they've made their point and someone points out that they've made their point, they're like, oh, I should stop now. Also, like, are you at a Ramada? Is that what I'm seeing? I'm getting Ramada vibes here. Oh, yeah, of course you are. You're at CPAC. You're at the Ramada in fucking Orlando, Florida. Just chatting up CPAC. And also, like, the very obvious, when someone stands this close to a window, you know they spent a very long time trying to, quote, find their light. Like, you know for a while, right before she made this impassioned plea to Vladimir Putin from a Quality Inn, from a courtyard by Marriott, that she has spent a lot of time, like, equally frustrated at Vladimir Putin and the fact that lamps in hotels aren't like bright enough to really highlight her face.
I have both Ukrainian and Russian friends, and
I also love that line. This is like when people say, listen, I have a black friend. No, you shouldn't need a Ukrainian or a Russian friend to realize that like invading a foreign country is probably not a nice thing to do.
I know that they have Aloha.
And like, not only does she do the like, I have Russian friends, I have Ukrainian friends approach, but she also makes it about her. Like, I know that they have, and I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm from Hawaii. They have Aloha. It's like the surf say right here. See, I was gonna continue invading the country, but then I realized that I have Aloha, so I stopped. Right move, Tulse. Michael Knowles, who is essentially the stooge that they have that hosts the podcast by Ted Cruz. He's just there to be Ted's fluffer, which is like the most disgusting thing in the world, because like, not even Heidi does that. In this wildly ratioed tweet, it just occurred to me that this is the first major war between civilized nations in my lifetime. Everybody says that when really all they mean is these are two white nations fighting. And it's like, the reason that it's crazy that white nations are fighting each other is because usually they just pick on brown nations. And that's the norm. And that should expose more about the white nations than it does about the brown nations. I'm done with this fucker. You know, usually if a kid is in a video about war, it's pretty powerful. This is powerful, but powerful at stimulating my gag reflex. Do they think people will watch this video and say, you know what, I'm changing my mind, I'm changing my stance. I hate those kids. And I shouldn't hate those kids. I give you now Steve Bannon's international editor.
There's a direct causal link between Greta Thunberg at the UN podium with the tears down her cheeks saying, how dare you, between that and all the damage she's been doing throughout Europe and the world, pushing for climate fanaticism, and Vladimir Putin's dominance and being able to invade Ukraine last week. A direct causal link.
The only direct causal link in this video is between the shape of the guy's hat and the shape of the guy's mustache. And with the little soul patch there underneath, it looks like his mouth is under an umbrella. I'm supposed to take this guy seriously. Is he in Italy? I see an Italian flag. Why are you outside someplace Italian right now? What's happening? Yes, Greta Thunberg exists, and so does Ukraine. At the same time, mind you, it's a real thing. No one should be like, and now listen to this guy, and then he shows up. And your final dose of cringe is a congressional one. This might be the cringiest take, because I don't understand it. This is Representative Clay Higgins. Clay Higgins is on the Homeland Security Committee, as well as the Oversight and Reform Committee. And here's what he tweeted. You millennial leftists who never lived one day under nuclear threat can now reflect upon your woke sky. Good poem. You made quite a non-binary fuss to save the world from intercontinental ballistic tweets. What the f is he talking about? You know you're nonsensical when dictionary.com tweets, we're not entirely sure what this tweet's supposed to mean, and we're literally the dictionary. He's a moron. AOC tweeted this. I've sat on a committee with this guy for years. He talks like this every day. Good Christ. So at the end of the day, what's the takeaway? Guys, just do a little research, reserve judgment, and go to my OnlyFans, where it's actually only 25% off because, you know, it's actually makes me more money. So go to my OnlyFans, feet only, Brett/feet only at OnlyFans, and just prepare yourself. If you thought The Hobbit had hairy feet, you ain't seen nothing yet.